What is up? How's it going? Welcome, BTC community, XRP community, DLT community, crypto communities, BLUECREW, Ledger Citizens, Green Giants. You guys know who you are, and all the communities out there. Guys, welcome to another DLTalk. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Always appreciate the support of the BLUECREW. Always grateful. What's up, Darcy? Edward, good to see you, my man. Sniff, when I dip, you dip, we dip. Darren, how's it going, man? Sub G and BLUECREW, Jet Digital 321, good to see you. Coin-a-Deck1 in the house. Someone better finish off the Georgia Guidestones. What's up, Miles P? Good to see you. Appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, guys, let me know if the music, the visual, the sound, the vocal, everything is coming through evenly and good. Just want a little bit of the music playing in the background, but obviously the vocal being prominent. 2A Crypto in the house. Once again, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a pro trader, and I'll never tell you what to do. Thanks for the 5 likes. Thanks for the 8 viewers jumping on in. Let's jump into it. We got BTC hovering around 20K still, man. It's been some serious sideways action. We've been going in and out of 19K to 20K with BTC. Same thing with XRP, going from 31 cents to 33 cents and just bouncing around that area. Something's got to give. Which direction are we going? Are we going to get a relief rally, or are we going to get some more, action towards the downside? It's, this has to move sometime soon. Look how eerily sideways this is here, you guys. Still a higher low than this previous low, which is encouraging. Could be a bullish sign, but nothing's guaranteed in this space. But here's your previous low. Here's the higher low right here. Looks like we do got some buying pressure underneath it. The stock RSI is in our favor on the daily and on the weekly here for XRP. But will we get that relief rally, or is this just a trap, right? You got to account for it. I mean, as good as these indicators look, nothing is guaranteed, but dang, man. It looks like we got a breakout here, though, on the short term for the daily, right? So hopefully this does break bullish. Look at this downward trend, and bam, we broke out with a nice green candle, some buying pressure coming in. Now, how is it going to continue, right? I mean, of course, there's options where it just continues to go towards the downside and we hit some newer lows, or like around like the 20 cent to 25 cent range. I could see it going down that low and then that possibly being the bottom. Or are we going to get a nice little relief rally here, take us up to about 37, maybe close to 40 cents, and then get rejected there, and then that's when we work our way back down towards the downside. But either way, we do have some room towards the downside, but we got a good amount of room at least for a relief rally towards the upside. So that's what I'm seeing here on the XRP chart. Nothing's guaranteed, but man, we're getting very, very close to the end of this trend, right? This trend that started back in April of 2021 towards the downside. Not saying that it's going to go up and break out, but man, we are severely low from the, previous all-time high. As you can see from the Fibonacci, we're way past the 78.6 at this point from our low to high. And once again, the lowest I could see it going before we, to claim the bottom is at around 19 to 20 cents, and then getting bought back up into this channel. And then we would be waiting till the end of the year 2022 to see if we break out of this massive trend line, right? That's been to the downside for some time. So we'll see what ends up happening. Obviously, I'm very bullish on XRP, so I charted the bullish direction that it could go. But as you can see, we do have, there could be just a ton of sideways action going into 2024 before we see our next breakout towards the upside. But, of course, crypto, the future is unpredictable, but that's what we're seeing here. I'm just hoping we can get a good short-term relief rally since I have been buying in at around these prices. But, once again, I'm not telling you guys what to do. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. And I'm dollar cost averaging. If we go down towards the 20 cent, 19 cent area, I do have some fiat on the side for that as well. But yeah, I've been thinking these prices have been really nice, Can't be too greedy, just got to be safe. And so DCA is the best way, in my opinion. We got Solana up 5% in the past 24 hours. Not too bad. Let's see what are the top gainers in the past 24 hours. Holy cow, we got VIDT moonshotting. We got a 120% move off VIDT right here, going up to the 40 cent price. Not too bad for this project, man. I don't know what just activated it. Maybe there's a sign. This is a sign of things to come, which I certainly hope so. But, you know, super low supply for VIDT, super low market cap, burst in 20% in the past 24 hours. I wouldn't be chasing this pump. I would wait for a retracement. Obviously, I'm not jumping in when it's 120% up. But dang, I hope this is a sign of things to come for the other altcoins that are out there. What was the previous low before that breakout? It was at 18 cents right there. And we were talking about it as a, you know, in the deep red section, right? This is why we like to jump into the deep red section, you guys, is because you get crazy volatility towards the upside when you're seeing something that's down like 90+%. It's never a guarantee, but it is fun to play those percentages, right? Just to get a nice relief rally. You never know with low market cap cryptos how high that volatility could be. I mean, obviously towards the downside, but in case with VIDT here, towards the upside as well. Pack Protocol may be a dead project, but it's up 31% in the past 24 hours. Could be some good short-term gains there. Evmos keeps moving on up. Now up 41% in the past 7 days. Evmos, pretty exciting project for the Cosmos ecosystem, I gotta say, because it's enabling, you know, bridge support towards the Ethereum ecosystem, bringing Ethereum assets to the IBC, to the Cosmos community. You got other platforms like that too, though, like Sif Chain and Juno, and you know, just a lot of other platforms that are allowing for interoperability and cross-chain interoperability. But Evmos looking like it's doing some pretty good things, at least in the past 24 hours. Been compounding my Evmos. I might take some profits on the next rewards just so I can buy back in when we get a retracement here, because, you know, as we know, guys, nothing goes up, and once it starts getting 20 plus, or hell, even 30 plus or 50% plus in the past 7 days, for example, we start taking a little bit of profits, right? Maybe our initial investment, maybe half of our initial investment, but can't beat yourself over taking profits. Gotta celebrate when we do. AVAX has been moving very steadily, up 8% in the past 7 days, 11% in the past 24 hours. Let's see what else we got going on in the past 24 hours in terms of some decent gains. Nano made a pretty big move in the past 7 days. I'm keeping my eyes out on this one, guys, because Nano, super low supply, continues developing, continues growing, right? And it's a very unique type of digital asset where they're promising 0 fees. There's no fee numbers that you have to even think about. You just send, and it sends instantly, and you receive. It says Nano has rebranded to XNO symbols, so let's see what XNO is. It says the Xeno token. I'm not sure if this is Nano or not, but you know what? We have our friend Xeno. Why not? Let's add XNO just for kicks. What is this? Xeno, buy and sell NFTs, marketplace and ecosystem, and creating trading non-fungible tokens. Okay, super small cap right here. Super small cap crypto. But whatever, we'll add it to the list just for fun, just because of our friend Xeno. Rye Guy, what's up, man? Ricky Bustamante, Miles P in the chat, 2AG, DM me on Twitter when you have a few minutes. Some info to pass on about LCG, 2A Crypto. Okay, right on. I hope it's good news, my dude. I hope it's good news in terms of the Ledger City game. I feel like you're prepping me for some like bad news, like some you heard through the grapevine that blah blah blah, you know, certain things. Switch gonna flip and then we gonna dip? Yeah, probably. Well, I mean, we would be dipping if there's a major cyber attack, right? So let's get into the topic that we're gonna be going over here. I've posted this many times before, especially when Russia was invading Ukraine. It just started leading towards this narrative, right? So let me see the previous post that I had about possible cyber attack on Swift. And by the way, guys, there have been cyber attacks before, right? So, cyber attack hack need to make the problem happen first before they provide the solution, right? So, possible collapse, right? No internet needed for XRP and XRPL transfers. Cyber attack causing Swift to go offline. This is when we originally posted back in March of 2022. Right? How secure is the Swift network? You can go to this link as well. Swift, the Society for Worldwide Interbank. So this is a little video on their Swift security system, but all in all, XRPL can allow for offline transfers, right? And Swift is a highly centralized type of system. So it's easier to attack than something like a RippleNet that is a consortium of many ledgers, many different bank ledgers. So if you were to go after one bank and attack that bank, the rest of the banks on the RippleNet could still be running the system. It wouldn't bring down the RippleNet system, right? So that's how we believe a possible flip of the switch scenario could happen for XRP, where there is something like, for example, like us humans, we had a virus situation just a couple of years ago, right? And it caused us to change our lives dramatically, and there was a lot of, overreaction as well, and instant reaction by the collective of people, right? And so now imagine if that were to happen in a cyber way, a cyber virus towards the banking system, towards the messaging system, Swift, right? What type of instant reaction would that cause, right? Just a security thing. Oh, for LCG? Right on, man. Yeah, I got my own questions about LCG security, tying an email address to your public XRP address. I think it should be inherently private. There shouldn't be an email connected to your XRPL accounts. That's why I'm using the XRP accounts and a small amount of XRP that I'm comfortable with, because I definitely want to address those questions. And you can feel free to ask that question here to a crypto. This is like a open chat, and we want Ledger City to be great, right? We want Ledger City to be successful. So if we're voicing our concerns over security of our accounts, security of the system of Ledger City game, that's the type of stuff we need to be asking them, people like Mo Morrissey and the Ledger City game developers, how can we ensure that we feel that we have ultimate control of our data, our privacy, our currency, and not worrying about our addresses being compromised, or like us being singled out, like somebody being able to find us because they know what our email address is now, or they know what our, XRP address is connected to our email address is now, right? Let me see. Right guy, what's up, dude? Good to see you. What's up, everybody? Very Easy Hydroponics. Good to see you, Alan. Appreciate you tuning in, man. Good to see you on the channel. That's the only thing I'm concerned about is security. That's what I haven't put my tokens on the Ledger City. I've just put a few, man. I have like I have multiple, like, in terms of how I go about with my XRP, I have multiple accounts, and I'm spreading my XRP in as many cold wallets as possible, because you never know. Ledger is not a guaranteed thing, right? Ledger could go down. So then what's another cold wallet? Hell, I've been entertaining a paper wallet solution, to tell you the truth. Just to have like that old, all these types of security, because we know what we hold when it comes to XRP, right? But anyways, so going down this little rabbit hole with the cyber attack on Swift, if you see throughout its history, there's been banking hacks on Swift. There's been a series of cyber attacks using the Swift banking network, right? So the security of Swift compared to the security of the RippleNet, and maybe, RippleNet, remember when Ripple or XRP was created, was around, some people speculate in 1988 when David Schwartz patented the first patent for distributed ledger technology, right? But Ripple was created around 2012, and some people say that, Bitcoin was an answer to the 2008 financial crisis, and then Ripple is kind of like perfecting it and actually, making the difference, doing what Bitcoin is, a better Bitcoin, right, with XRP. But I really think it was in response to these central banks recognizing that these cyber attacks are starting to mount up, right? And that Swift security, because it's centralized, is being easier and easier to attack by these cyber hackers, right? And look at this, just news constantly, right? Bangladesh Bank, not the only victim of banking messaging system attacks. Swift confirms repeat hack attacks. This is why why you're seeing a lot of banks all agreeing to implement that new standard, that new messaging standard that allows for richer data, that allows you to combat fraud, right? That's what's happening a lot right now with the current Swift messaging platform. There's a lot of fraud. There's a lot of cyber attacks happening, right? So this is all just going to peak. It's almost like Swift is dying by a thousand cuts, and then eventually there's just going to be some cyber attack that Swift can't defend against. And maybe it's created by the central banks themselves to just show the inadequacies of the current Swift system, so then they can show everyone, because, if you're establishing this level playing field, everyone's got to be aware of it. So there's going to be probably some type of scare that happens where you start hearing major attack on Swift system, causing banks to not allow withdrawals, and certain things like that. It'll be like something very temporary, right? For like, I don't know, it could be like something that goes for like maybe a few days, a week, or hell, maybe a whole month, trying to figure out how they can, defend against these cyber attacks, or how people can get access to their money, right, while offline. And then that's when you'll come up with the solution that you've already been testing, already been working on, ISO 20022 and the XRPL and RippleNet. Once again, North Korean hackers tied to $100 million in Swift fraud. So these banks are losing a ton of money by still using Swift. Not only are they losing money by these cyber attacks, they're losing money from just the slow pace of the messaging system itself, right? Having to wait to send money, like the fact that you could actually take money, ride a plane, and transfer the money on another, in another cross-border country quicker than you can through Swift. That is, that's not going to work out in this future digital financial system. And so we're seeing kind of like a death by a thousand cuts, or something building up to a really big cyber attack on the Swift system. And of course, the relationships between US and Russia right now are definitely not working out. There's a lot of, remember what we said about XRP creating trust where there isn't any, right? It looks like right now, US is breaking a lot of trust with a lot of these bigger countries, like the BRICS countries, like Russia, like China, for example, right? But how are you going to still allow for cross-border payments to happen? How are you going to still allow for the global economy to continue to work, right? Because these countries know that they have to agree, like by transitioning to this new standard, transitioning to ISO 20022, transitioning to the RippleNet and Interledger protocol for faster payments, that it's just going to make it better for each of those countries to have more power, their respective governments to have more power. Because when you're unlocking all the dormant capital in all of these banks all across the world, it's allowing for the, all that dormant capital to go back to their respective countries, thus making those respective countries have more liquidity and thus have more power, right? Got to bail for a meeting too. Hey, Crypto, good seeing you, man. I didn't get an email for early testing. However, I did download and install it. Nice. That's the only thing I'm concerned about is security, and that's why I haven't put my token on Ledger City. I hear you. Aliens, economic collapse, World War III, disease, doom and gloom, etc. The collective conscious have been groomed for any and all narrative events. Let's go. Yeah, Miles P, good way to go. Coordinated malware attacks underway, right? So this has been happening for many years, you guys. Ecuadorian bank loses $12 million via Swift. This is too much money being lost, guys. Hackers stole $6 million in cyber attack on Swift, Russian central bank. Swift cyber threats. People are aware that Swift can be compromised, right? Hence why we need the ISO 20022 messaging standard. Russia's Swift exclusion could spur cyber attacks, right? On Swift. So that's why I think it's leading more and more towards this type of narrative where it's a cyber virus. Now, instead of this, this human virus that we're all dealing with, there's going to be some cyber virus that ends up affecting the financial system that will cause the flip of the switch to the new financial system, to, the RippleNet, for example, to the Interledger. And could that take this whole decade for that to come about? Possibly, right? My projection ultimately is 2030. We'll definitely be, you know, there. But I don't want to speak in absolutes or in guarantees, but it definitely seems like this is a very slow transition. At least it seems like for now. But when we're looking back in 2030, we'll be like, holy cow, we just kept the faith, right? We just knew what we were holding. New Ripple drop is out. Funky Fresh, appreciate you sharing that. Let me check it out. Let me share it with the Blue Crew. Good to see you, Funky Fresh. Appreciate you tuning in, man. All right, let's check out this new Ripple drop episode, guys. Thanks for tuning in, by the way. Thanks for hitting the likes on the way in, guys. Thanks to any new subscribers to the channel. You guys are amazing. We're going to check out this Ripple drop episode. Here we go.
Hey, I'm Reinhard Kate, and welcome to episode 27 of the Ripple Drop. Today we've got Monica Long on, who's going to talk all things NFTs, and specifically XLS20, the protocol designed for NFTs on the XRP ledger. When a lot of people think of NFTs, I think they refer to a lot of collector's items like apes or punks, things like that. What other capabilities do NFTs have?
I think at their core, what's exciting about NFTs is the concept of owning these digital objects. So be it art, like a PFP project, like apes or punks or other forms of art, or if it's something like real estate or even carbon credits, the applications of NFTs can extend to lots of different industries. But the core idea is about ownership, and I think that matters for two reasons. One is bringing the seller and buyer relationship closer together. So taking art as the example, today there's a lot of intermediaries in the mix between the creator and the fan. So those are the rent takers and friction makers in the whole process. And what's exciting about NFTs is there's now a greater opportunity for the creator or the artist to monetize their work and build a tighter relationship with their fan base and that community. And we've definitely seen that with projects like apes and punks. The second reason that putting these assets on the blockchain matters is transparency. Blockchains have the inherent attribute of, they're global, public, open ledgers. And so there's this then global record and single source of truth around ownership of that asset. So this matters for things like art, but also titles, if you think of real estate, or carbon credits, so you can track the ownership of those assets as well as other data around it.
What's Ripple's vision for NFTs, and how can NFTs be used as solutions for real-world problems?
There's two prongs to our vision. So firstly, specifically regarding the XRP ledger, XRP ledger was the first to enable the tokenization of any form of value onto the ledger. And it also introduced to the world the concept of a decentralized exchange. So you could all the way back to 2012, tokenize anything of value onto the ledger and then have this robust marketplace within the decentralized exchange to trade it and move it around the world. Kind of calling back to its origins.
Back in 2012, you guys, 2012, anything of value on the ledger, anything of value, NFTs, artwork, real estate, gold, you name it, if it has value, it could be on the XRPL. That is such a crucial statement right there. Since 2012, y'all. D. Haviland saying, I still don't get NFTs. Dude, it's as simple as having what Monica Long said, a single source of truth, that this thing is an original object. It is an original application, right? Why do you think VeChain is trying so hard? Like, companies like that try to do the supply chain thing. Because to have that single source of truth, to know that the Prada bag that you're holding is actually a unique Prada bag, you can trace it all the way back to its manufacturer to know that it's not a third-party Prada bag, right? That the trading card that you're holding is not a third-party trading card that was, copied and whatnot, right? And replicated. You can actually scan maybe a digital, chip that's on that card or in that, purse, for example, or in that Mona Lisa, right? Which there's only one Mona Lisa, but you can maybe digitally verify it, right? That's the whole point of NFTs, is being able to root it to its origin, right? And all through, the computer, right? All through a distributed ledger that nobody can control, that is completely decentralized, right? The single source of truth. But since 2012, anything of value on the XRPL, you guys. Maybe my problem is that I don't collect anything. I mean, for example, I'm finding it hard how NFTs are going to be applied to things that already exist. For example, like I love collecting records, right? I like collecting vinyl records, right? So how is how are they going to NFT my vinyl records, right? So I'm thinking it's just going to be from things that are manufactured or created. You know, once we accept blockchain technology, you know, a certain standard blockchain technology, probably products that are created afterwards are connected to that distributed ledger network. Or once again, since it's distributed ledger, maybe certain blockchains, you know, like we already see now, have their own NFTs, their own products on their ledger, and then they share that information through the distributed ledger network. But let's continue on. I didn't mean to cut off Monica Long, but I just wanted to point out anything of since 2012, you guys, anything of value on the XRPL, right? Verified through the XRPL, the first decentralized exchange created in the crypto space. And yet there's so many people in crypto who, for some reason, don't like XRP at all. don't like this token that you can just transfer instantly, securely, and it just works every freaking time, right? And that you could send value over its network instantly for pennies. To each his own, but let's go.
Enable the tokenization of any form of value onto the ledger, and it also introduced to the world the concept of a decentralized exchange.
Yeah, let's just hear that statement one more time.
First, to enable the tokenization
For real world problems.
There's two prongs to our vision. So firstly, specifically regarding the XRP ledger, XRP ledger was the first to enable the tokenization of any form of value onto the ledger. And it also introduced to the world the concept of a decentralized exchange. So you could all the way back to 2012, tokenize anything of value onto the ledger and then have this robust marketplace within the decentralized exchange to trade it and move it around.
Jet Digital, I know you're joking, but maybe you can eventually, you know, NFT your body parts or your, you know, your kidneys, for example, or something. You know, if you can, you know, to put it up for donation if you want. You're like, hey, if anybody needs my eyes, it's going for this much.
Around the world, kind of calling back to its 2012, tokenize anything of value onto the ledger and then have this robust marketplace within the decentralized exchange to trade it and move it around the world. Kind of calling back to its origins, XRP Ledger has always been great at the creation of tokens and the exchange of tokens to be very efficient at large scale. So we think there's a real opportunity to support developers and creators building NFT projects in a way that's really efficient. So as one specific aspect of efficiency to drill down on, you know, we all read about the horrific and painful high gas fees on other chains. That's value that's taken away from the creator and it kind of is absorbed into the chain. In the case of XRP Ledger, the transaction fees or gas fees are about half a penny. So we think that's a really powerful value proposition to anyone building an NFT project. The second prong to it is that today there's a lot of different really interesting use cases in the realm of arts and media and entertainment, but looking into the future, we see that NFTs will expand to have lots of enterprise applications and even in financial services. So we think these core NFT capabilities are going to be important to, for example, RippleNet customers in the future.
So Ripple, the company, has put forward XLS20, a new protocol for NFTs on the XRP ledger. As only one member of a greater community of developers, they can't implement that on the XRP ledger by themselves. So what needs to happen for XLS20 to go live?
Yes, so XLS20, a bit about that, a little bit of history. So since 2012, there was this ability to tokenize anything of value onto the ledger. Once we had this insight that developers and creators.
She really likes to remind everybody, since 2012, you've been able to tokenize anything of value onto the XRP ledger. She said it about 3 times, you guys. She's like really trying to point out the fact, XRP ledger, you've been able to tokenize anything of value on it. Oh, Zeno, let's thank BLUECREW's finest here, Funky Freshman, for letting us know the Ripple Drop episode has been on here. So, but yeah, Monica Long just keeps hammering it down, saying it so far 3 times. Who knows if she says it later on in this video. She really wants people to know, since 2012, XRPL was the first decentralized exchange and the first to tokenize anything of value onto the ledger, right? So let's get a little history on XLS20 here, because I'm sure a lot of people actually want to know more about XLS20 and what that means for the XRPL, what it means for NFTs on the XRPL, right? And once again, they're learning from all of these other blockchains, right? They're taking, like, this is what's so awesome with the slow approach that XRP and the XRPL community has, is that, once again, they're also trying to, play well with regulations. And I know some people want to maybe point out the fact, well, it doesn't seem like they're doing well with regulations if the SEC is suing them. I don't even want to get into that. But let's listen to the history here of XLS20.
Community of developers, they can't implement that on the XRP ledger by themselves. So what needs to happen for XLS20 to go live?
Yes, so XLS20, a bit about that, a little bit of history. So since 2012, there was this ability to tokenize anything of value onto the ledger. Once we had this insight that developers and creators of NFT projects could really benefit from the just inherent attributes of XRP Ledger, we sought to improve or contribute something that would improve the ability to create NFTs on XRP Ledger. We proposed a new amendment to XRP Ledger called XLS20, and we built this new standard. And what it does is it makes the creation of NFTs on XRP Ledger very compact and efficient, so it doesn't impact ledger performance and create a lot of congestion at scale. And it also makes the experience for the developer creating that NFT really easy. So uniquely, it doesn't implement smart contracts, which is typically how you create NFTs on other chains. What that does, or what it means, is that it kind of reduces the additional security risks that smart contracts introduce, as well as some of the complexity and room for error. Things like minting, trading, auctioning, burning, as well as even royalties are features within this XLS20 standard. So it will make that developer experience of creation that much easier. You mentioned, what will it take for this standard to be implemented? We developed it and put it up for amendment voting. The way that XRPL works is UNL validators 80% of them have to vote yes on a proposed amendment over the course of 2 weeks for it to be implemented. So that process is in the mix right now.
So sustainability has been really important for Ripple, the company.
All right, let's go. Well, before we get into this next question, let's just digest what she just said there, because this is huge for the XRPL community, huge for NFTs through XRP, and once again, XRP doing something very unique that no other blockchain is doing, right? So, what did Monica Long just point out there? That there is security risks currently on other blockchains when you're creating or minting these NFTs and for these developers, right? First off, there's security risks because you have to go through a smart contract, and apparently smart contracts, according to Monica Long, provide security risks, and also it's a longer process to mint the NFTs and create these NFTs. And what's it called? These NFTs, creating these NFTs and these developers, it's not as efficient, it's not as fast for the minting of the NFTs, but it can also cause congestion to the ledgers, right? So let's say you have especially with what XLS20 seems to want to be doing, is to make minting and creating NFTs as efficient as sending value with XRP, right? So something that you can mint very quickly, also, with the security of the XRP ledger backing it, but at the same time not allowing for security, windows of security risk to happen, or, congestion to the overall ledger, which we have seen possibly happen to, Ethereum, and, what it could be a possibility to a lot of other smart contract based type of blockchains, right? Enhanced security risks, longer times to mint and create, gas fees, right? She's listing out all the problems of what current blockchains are dealing with. And what makes the XRPL very unique is, that's what's the beauty of the XRPL. It's just focus on making a value transfer or transaction very quickly and efficiently and cheaply, right? And then all these other things could be built on top of it. There could be a smart contracts platform that's on top of the XRPL, but that isn't inherently in the XRPL, right? So if you do need a smart contract, it's accessible, but it's not necessary, right? Because maybe having smart contracts by default allows for security risks, right? And there are security risks, hence why, like, other platforms like Secret Network are trying to find out, how can we do inherently private smart contracts? Because so far, as we know, smart contracts are completely public, and there's enterprises that don't want that information to be public. They don't want their smart contract to be public to everybody for everyone to see, right? So with the XRPL, you have something very unique here where it doesn't need to involve the security risks that come with the smart contract solution. And that's just one of the reasons for XLS20, and, how, like, obviously her mentioning how easily it is for developers to create NFTs, right? And then to not allow congestion on the ledger, because they know there's going to be a ton of demand to mint all sorts of NFTs, all sorts of forms of value, carbon credits, as she mentioned, right? Real estate, as she mentioned, right? Some people in the chat here talking about what's it called? Health records and whatnot, right? So master the payments aspect first. That's what we try to say on this channel, is how does the blockchain overall do the payments thing first, right? Can it do it at scale and when there's larger points of demand, right? And starting off inherently with smart contracts probably isn't the best way to go. It increases security risks, right? It lengthens the time for creating and minting these NFTs. And that's also the gas fees that come along with it, right? So I think we should hear that answer just one more time, because that was probably the biggest point there on why XLS20 could be a massive game changer for the XRPL, and, game changer in terms of all of crypto, right? Setting a new standard. Let me catch up with the chat first here. We're going to revisit this question, guys. I know some people don't like repetition, but she definitely just packed a punch in that statement there. And we know with these people at Ripple, we got to be dissecting what they're saying, because they talk in a very neutral fashion. So we have to, and kind of say things that are really big and massive. But since they talk in such a neutral fashion, we just kind of pass it aside, right? So that's why we like to revisit these things. I met an XRP holder in real life the other day. Wild. Basically the same kind of story as I do. His first coin was XRP as well. Pretty cool. 4th of July. J Roy, what's up, dude? Good to see you. There's a lot of smart people on this channel right now. Good to see. What's up, Alan? Nicholas M saying very true. Guys, much love to the Blue Crew. Real estate is the mansions on Mansions 1. I love smart contracts, yeah. If a smart if a smart CA was private, how would you check the contract though? There has to be a way to check the taxes and developer wallet to see if there's a scammer, or if, yeah, I mean, once again, you can maybe just access the XRP ledger to get the public information on it. But the crypto secret coin was a name of another crypto in 2015. I got rug pulled by secret coin back in 2015. Now there's a new secret coin. I feel it's risky. It's definitely risky, man. It's definitely risky. Anything that's promising you complete privacy, it's probably not true, right? A lot of people love Monero, right? Because they say their payments are private, but their payments aren't private because there's still a public ledger, right? That could be accessed and traced. Bird Dog, the crypto Ronin. Third-party audits. What's up, dude? Bird Dog, that could be true. Audits to do some money, though. Okay, here we go. Let's go into this question one more time, guys. Just really pay attention to what Monica Long's saying here of how this XLS20 differentiates it from a ton of other blockchains, right? Because so far as we know, to mint NFTs and what we've seen from other blockchains that are proof of stake, they're involving smart contracts like all the time to make this happen.
Developers, they can't implement that on the XRP ledger by themselves. So what needs to happen for XLS20 to go live?
Yes, so XLS20, a bit about that, a little bit of history. So since 2012, there was this ability to tokenize anything of value onto the ledger. Once we had this insight that developers and creators of NFT projects could really benefit from the just inherent attributes of XRP ledger, we sought to improve the...
What are those inherent attributes of the XRPL? Very low gas fees, very fast transactions, right? And high level of security. It just keeps running. There can't be rollbacks on the XRP ledger. There could be rollbacks on Bitcoin, right?
Or contribute something that would improve the ability to create NFTs on XRP Ledger. We proposed a new amendment to XRP Ledger called XLS20, and we built this new standard. And what it does is it makes the creation of NFTs on XRP Ledger very compact and efficient, so it doesn't impact ledger performance.
Less friction. That's always their number one goal, right? The less friction to create NFTs now. We're at that point. It seems like they've already mastered the payments aspect to be more comfortable to start expanding towards NFTs. And we know about, smart contracts and carbon credits and a lot of other things on the XRP ledger, right, that are being developed.
And create a lot of congestion at scale. And it also makes the experience for the developer creating that NFT really easy. So uniquely, it doesn't implement smart contracts, which is typically how you create NFTs on other chains.
Uniquely, it doesn't implement smart contracts. That's how you create NFTs on other chains.
That does, or what it means is that it kind of reduces the additional security risks that smart contracts introduce, as well as some of the complexity and room for error. Things like minting, trading, auctioning, burning, as well as even royalties are features within this XLS20 standard. So it will make that developer experience of creation that much easier. You mentioned, what will it take for this standard to be implemented?
Bird Dog, I wish I could convert to the privacy coin side, man, but as long as it's a digital thing, it's never truly private, man. It's never truly private. Anything digital is never truly private, man. If it's on the internet, never truly private. I don't care how hard they try to mask it. It's not truly private, man. If it's on the internet here and you're making the transaction with a phone or a card or anything digital, it's not truly private. That's my opinion.
We developed it and put it up for amendment voting. The way that XRPL works is UNL validators have to, 80% of them have to vote yes on a proposed...
Sorry, let me go back a few more seconds there.
Are features within this XLS20 standard. So it will make that developer experience of creation that much easier. You mentioned, what will it take for this standard to be implemented? We developed it and put it up for amendment voting. The way that XRPL works is UNL validators have to, 80% of them have to vote yes on a proposed amendment over the course of 2 weeks for it to be implemented. So that process is in the mix right now.
So sustainability has been really important for Ripple, the company. Can you talk to me about Exchange and other projects that are using NFTs to focus on this?
Sustainability has definitely been a kind of key impact platform for Ripple over a long period of time. As a company, we committed to being carbon neutral by 2030. We very recently announced that we would put $100 million toward carbon market investments, meaning as a company, we're going to invest in the R&D behind new technologies for carbon removal. We ourselves will be committed to buying high quality carbon credits. Translating that commitment over to blockchain and XRP Ledger, we really believe that there's a powerful product market fit for carbon credit markets on blockchain. These markets suffer a lot of the kind of same problems that, frankly, we've seen in the world of payments working on RippleNet, that being a high degree of fragmentation of these different carbon credit marketplaces, meaning that there's poor price discovery across the different markets. as well as just a lot of inefficiency, potential double spend where carbon credits are used more than once or sold more than once. These are problems that blockchains are really good at solving by creating that kind of global fabric, that open transparency globally across the different marketplaces. So we're already seeing companies take this use case and bring it to XRP Ledger. One partner being Exchange. They are backed by the UN actually toward achieving the UN sustainability goals. And they're already in the process of building a carbon credit marketplace on XRP Ledger. Carbon Land Trust is another project that we've provided a grant to through the XRPL grants program.
In the future, if XLS20 is adopted by the XRP Ledger, what benefits will it bring to the XRP Ledger community as a whole, but to NFT creators as well?
It comes down to the efficiency and the scalability of XRP Ledger. When you're a creator or developer, you don't want to have to think about your technology stack. Like, you don't want to have to worry that the blockchain that you built on is going to break, or that you're going to get slammed, or your users are going to get slammed with crazy high fees. So it's about the experience being on their side and really making it work for them. For Ripple, and like our perspective on it is just that, I mean, we've always believed that the power of XRP Ledger is in tokenization, liquidity, settlement. It's so good at doing these things across a broad set of use cases on a global scale. And that is what builds us toward the Internet of Value. So this is a vision that that we've kind of carried through since our founders articulated it in 2012. But it really is about applying blockchain and crypto to different use cases, be it payments or carbon credits or real estate or art, and democratizing access to those different use cases so that there's more participants, those markets are more competitive and efficient, there's more empowerment toward the end users or the creators, making the world of value creation and movement just as efficient as information exchange.
Whew. Damn. She's a clone. Dude, Monica Long, you know, when Brad Garlinghouse moves on as CEO, I think Monica Long would be a perfect replacement, man. I mean, yeah, I get it. She's a bot. The amount of information she retains, and, you know, just how well-spoken she is, and, you know, definitely part of the mission, right? It's like a hive mind they're running there at Ripple, man. They got a lot of people supremely focused on that Internet of Value. Unbelievable, you guys. Like, you know, it's so funny because we know this is also like, there's like a bittersweetness to this, you know, right? Switching over to this new digital financial system, but also knowing, you know, doing this research on companies like Ripple and what they're intending to do with XRP and how they just continue developing and building out this XRP ledger. Guys, in 2018, 2017, if Ripple was talking about this stuff then, right, which I'm sure they were, I'm sure it was already in the planned phases, but they weren't as public about it. They were just strictly focused on payments, right? And educating regulators across the world for the cross-border payments use cases. And now they're talking about investing in companies for carbon credits and fixing the friction. That's what they're all about, is always easing the friction in all of these things that they're delving into, right? Now with NFTs, they've taken their lessons from all these blockchains that they've seen, and they're like, how can we ease the friction for these creators to create their NFTs seamlessly, easily, to not have to think about the technology on the back end, to just be able to make their NFT and publish it, right? To publish that thing of value onto the blockchain without having to worry about all these other things that are coming with the tech stack, right? Hello, sir. Who can I contact for marketing proposal? You DM me first. You DM me first. I'm banned. Definitely a bot. I see her picture or very similar. Add me to Twitter every day. Right, guy. Great work dissecting the Ripple drop G. I mean, you know, we like just trying to interpret what they're saying, and once again, they speak in a very neutral way, right? They're not talking as passionately as I do. You know, that's part of it is a fault of mine. I should be more level-headed, and I try to be. But, you know, Ripple just has that very straight-on focus. They're not going to, stop or celebrate until that freaking Ripple drop or that internet of value is achieved. And interesting look here, you guys. I think some people have pointed this out already. I'm sure there was like another ending to a Ripple drop that had this same animation on it. And once again, this gets highly speculative, so just take it as you will, you guys. Don't think that I'm like a bear guy and stuff like that. But bearable guy. Which one? Bearable guy here? Yeah, look at that. Look at the snowballs here. I mean, the snow is definitely settling. It used to be a lot of snow in the sky there. I guess the ice is melting, right? The ice is melting. And let's go back to the video there for the Ripple drop. Right? I mean, this guy posted it a long, long time ago. So it's, could be coincidence though, right? Could be a coincidence. You guys see this, right? The little slope here with the blue. The slope here with the blue, right? Not saying it means anything. Not saying the bearable guys are right or anything. I just thought it was interesting. Can't wait till I can use GDLT in Ledger City. Oh, hell yeah, man. Nicholas M. J. Roy is slowly becoming a Chinese bot. You know what? I should charge GDLT for the information that I provide on this channel. You guys got to pay me a GDLT token to access the channel. I'm Indian bot, sir. I'm a big fan of XRPL with or without Ripple. Exactly, man. The XRPL, the ledger itself. Ripple is smart because they're doing a really good job of, expressing what the value they see in the XRPL. And they're the, biggest supporters of it, right? But unfortunately, everybody keeps equating XRPL to Ripple, that they're just letting Ripple have all the fun with what they're doing with the XRP ledger, this open source technology, right? And obviously, we see a lot of other companies of what they do, like Interledger Protocol and Coil and, Mojaloop and what they're doing, right? And but once again, Ripple has their fingers in those things too, guys. So, as the XRP community, and if you are a developer and you're a damn good developer, or you have a great business model and you want to be building on a blockchain technology or a distributed ledger technology in the future, the XRPL seems like the one. And we got to start taking some shares out of this, so Ripple's not the only one, totally obviously not centralizing the XRPL, but, having their fingerprints in every use case that you could build on top of this fast, efficient, frictionless ledger. Anyone else buy XRP today? Well, I did buy XRP at around that 31-cent range, so I've been holding off there. I want to get a relief rally, to tell you the truth. Let's get back into the charts a bit here, you guys. So once again, shout out to Funky Fresh XRPville. If you guys don't know of his YouTube channel, XRPville, he's always sharing some good information. I appreciate you sharing it here on the channel, my dude. Shout out to Funky Fresh. Thanks for the 17 viewers, the 15 likes. Thanks to any new subscribers to the channel. Can we break 20.5K BTC? I hope so, man. It's really, we were just talking about this earlier, dude. We were looking at the chart here. Let me, so yeah, in conclusion, guys, just keep an eye out for, Swift security sucks, right? That's all I wanted to say. Just, we were talking about this earlier. A possible cyber attack could be the thing that is the flip of the switch for going into the Ripple net, and moving on from the Swift system, going into ISO 20022, switching over to Swift GPI or Corda Settler, whichever. I forgot to bring this up, but in the newest Westworld episode, so they're on their second episode of the newest season, and I've expressed to the BLUECREW that I like, sharing, info from the Westworld episodes, because in their third season, they projected what would happen in 2020, right? And they projected very closely what would happen in 2020, right? It was like, literal reveal of what would happen, right? They revealed, a certain virus. They revealed people wearing masks in the future. They revealed riots and a certain man, the Floyd incident. They projected that. Right? So in this newest season, now we're starting to see a lot of talk about transparency, right? like a very transparent future, very eco-friendly future, highly digitized, value being transferred instantly and biometrically, right? A lot of biometric signatures, once again, trying to blend biology and technology, and mentions of flipping of the switch and a takeover of some sort of, like you're seeing a lot of these powerful entities in the show that you think are human or not human, whichever, but anyways, they have very high places in like this world, in this future world, and they're being taken over, right? They're being replaced, and the guy who's replacing them talks about flipping a switch, right? So we've already had this flip of the switch moment revealed as well in the newest Westworld. But once again, just wanted to get into that as a speculative thing. Let's jump into some of the Twitter news here, if we got any more left over. Once again, much love to the Blue Crew. Let me play some music in the background. Hopefully it doesn't blast your ears. Ani Brito in the house. What's up, Ani? Appreciate you tuning in. Guys, thanks so much for your support. As always, always good seeing the, just familiar names in here and just the type of community we have. We rarely ever go to like anywhere close to like 50 viewers per stream or anything like that. And I love it personally just because we have such a strong, like, the chat is always quality. That's what's so good about it with this Blue Crew. BTC might fall again at the end of this month. GDP recession data comes out. If bad, we are in the global recession. Nicholas M, I agree with you. I just think we have a chance at least of a little bit of like a relief rally. I'm just hoping that we could get close to 40 cents XRP, and then that's when I'll start taking profits of certain short-term tradal opportunities. But yeah, we're prepared, for the worst as well. But yeah, let's go into this news here. So this is a pretty funny video. I don't know if we have time to watch the whole thing, but it's just like, in support of XRP, you're seeing everything collapsing around you. You're seeing BTC, ETH, UST, right? They're pulling the statue. The statue's falling more and more, and then this one person helps the truth pull it back up. BTC and ETH start following. Cardano starts following. But who's this man? And it is the David Schwartz, right? It's the XRP ledger. Thought it was a pretty good video. Flare Networks. Wait, where's the music at? Do we have any music? Can we play any music? There we go. So Flare Networks is the first blockchain to be able to decentralize consensus on external data. This means dApps can trustlessly acquire and use information from other blockchains and real-world data sources, solving the Oracle problem and opening the door to a new era of utility. Connect everything with Flare, the first consensus protocol for external data. Can't wait for Flare Networks. Can't wait for Spark tokens to be on the market and not just IOUs. Yeah, super excited for the Flare Networks and what they're doing, and can't wait to see what their collaborations with Ripple and all these other blockchain companies that they have on board. Keeping an eye out with what's going on with Flare. Just happy that they're, now in observation mode. We'll see what happens in September, though. Check this out. BIS talking about CBDCs. There are now 4 live retail CBDCs in the world and pilots in 29 jurisdictions. 72 central banks have communicated publicly about their CBDC network or CBDC work, and the tone of speeches is more positive. Of course it's more positive, right? Because they're getting close to being finished with their testing, right? CBDCs in tandem with ISO 20022, in tandem with Interledger Protocol, creating the next level, the new financial system, the next level of global banking. Mojaloop here posting, through our blog series, One Loop for All, you can discover how Mojaloop ties into the larger financial inclusion initiative and how you could be part of the solution. Guys, we're keeping our eyes out on what Mojaloop is posting, and it's so sad to see only 13 people and 7 people retweeting and liking this. Just not many people know about Mojaloop and what they're doing, man, but they're establishing the One Loop for All, right? Mojaloop, which incorporates the Swahili word for one, aims to create a common one-loop solution instead of having multiple closed-loop systems that have long been prevalent. right? And what happens when you agree on a certain standard? It makes it easier for access, right? Where everybody can agree on a certain payment standard, a certain messaging system, it allows for less friction, right? Instead of yeah, you want options on like certain things in life. You want to have options, but certain things you just agree to a certain standard. Just like how we agreed to the internet protocol, the IP that allows us to access the web, that allows us to do all these different things through the internet, right? The cops forgot to push the like. As crypto goes mainstream, the channel will grow for sure. Bird Dog, yeah, maybe. We'll see, man. The algorithm ain't our fan. The algorithm's not liking what we're doing here with the Blue Crew. That's for sure. The BIS says Bitcoin congestion is a feature, not a bug. MIT Bitcoin Expo 2022 panel on CBDCs. Thanks for sharing those videos, Funky Fresh. Guys, Funky Fresh always sharing some awesome info on the channel. Please feel free to check out those links to those videos. Ripple X Development talking about our team conducted rigorous performance testing and we're confident the XRP's ability to support, or XRPL's ability to support XLS20. So efficiency was top of mind when drafting the XLS20 proposal to bring native NFT support to the XRPL. Today we are publishing our testing methodology and our results so that anyone can evaluate the performance and scaling characteristics of the code. Oh yeah, Susan Athay, we've showed her before. Ripple board member and former Microsoft economist is joining the DOJ antitrust team as tech probes surge, right? The antitrust team, highly, all about security here, right? Cyber attack era possibly on the rise. We'll see. Another fun little, speculation here. Not these 4 X's can mean a ton of things, right? But maybe they're foreshadowing the 4 X's, the 4 X's of the apocalypse, right? The 4 X's of the crypto apocalypse. XRP, XLM, XDC, and XTZ, right? A lot of people like to say it's the triple X or the 3 X's, but it looks like America's Got Talent is talking about 4 X's here, right? Very interesting, too, to put, like how they work with these X's, right? Like, why put 4 X's? How come it couldn't be 4 circles? How come it couldn't be, just anything else? Why did it have to be 4 X's? Especially with the, the X is such a strong symbol, right? So they all have their Dunkin' Donut cups on top of their desk there too. Very funny. But yeah, the 4 X's, man, keep an eye out for those. Fed payments improvement, talking about want the latest on instant payments. The Federal Reserve's Nick Stanchko spoke with payments about what's next for the FedNow pilot program. In addition to the growing demand for faster payments to businesses, the survey shows that P2P, person-to-person continues, or peer-to-peer continues to be one of the strongest use cases for instant payments, which validates our direction for the FedNow service. Volante Technology talking about Federal Reserve announces final timeline and implementation details for the adoption of new FedWire fund services. I think we went over that yesterday. So, Blue Crew, just, reinforcing, we know the plan, right? ISO 20022, leading towards a common messaging standard that'll lead to a common settlement standard, payment and settlement standard, right? But till then, we're in this Wild West phase, and it's super highly speculative, so we're playing the numbers on not only XRP, but on a bunch of other cryptos that, as long as they're still following Bitcoin, they'll go up and down with Bitcoin. So, hopefully Bitcoin could turn the corner for a nice relief rally, and then before its ultimate demise and collapse. But let's see what's happening here in the past 90 days. Let's go to the deep red section. We are in the deep red section. X equals universal. Exactly. Right? International. Cross-border. You think XMR is the 4th? I mean, dude, I'm not trying to bash Monero. I'm just trying to say, it could be an illusion of privacy, and there probably will be a phase where people invest in privacy cryptos. You could make money off investing and mining XMR, without a doubt. I just, for me, if it's digital, it's never truly private. That's just my opinion on it. If it's digital, it can always be traced. But, XMR could be a great one. Monero could be a great, algorithm. I like money, G. Hey, man. I like money too, but I like hedging my money towards things that, everybody's got their own. I hope everybody reaches the promised land with whatever their investments are. I have to do heavy research to feel confident with where I'm putting my money at, especially if it's a large amount of money, right? I'm not just going to throw a large amount of money at XMR if I don't have full confidence in it, right? I have to convince myself and have the full confidence of it. But yeah, I'll play the numbers game with minor cap cryptos with a very small amount of money, right? But a big amount of money, I got to do a ton of research. Got to do a ton of research. We all like money here though, right? Jim D in the house. G was sharing some good info. What's up, Jim D? Yeah, man, I would be rewinding and checking out our dissection of that Ripple drop episode. Looks like Fed is out of control of currency already. All the top silver advocates say we are in opening stages of massive liquidity crisis, de facto reset by instrument of incompetence. Yeah, show how archaic and how inefficient the current system is, so then you can flip the switch over to the new system. All right, so we're looking into the deep red section here. We're going at these cryptos that are down 90+%, right? So once again, I'm not breaking the bank and trying to overly invest into these cryptos because, to me, I'm very much about just, the ones that I've done heavy research on. So XRP, Solana, TRX, FTT, Chainlink, Stellar, Near Protocol, Algorand, Atom, right? And a lot of them are in the top 50. So yeah, maybe there's not as much fluctuation of what can happen with those cryptos. But one of those cryptos is going to be part of the, future digital financial system, right? Just because of the level of partnerships, acquisitions, endless upgrading of their tech, actual real technology that actually exists, that can be used by developers, that is easy for developers to use, right? Tezos, Filecoin, Theta, right? And there's a bunch of other cryptos out there, but let's go into the 90-day cryptos. And once again, you guys could be throwing a ton of money at these projects if you guys like, and you're, high risk, high reward type of players out there. And, something like Osmo, you get staking rewards and it's down 90% from its all-time high. Could be a good time to be compounding staking rewards on Osmo and then cashing out later on when hopefully Osmo goes back to maybe $2, maybe $1.50. That's a hell of a good gain right there. eRowan, the Rowan token for Civ Chain, under a penny, and you got 100+% APY that you could be getting for staking and, compounding the interest, right? Down 93% from its all-time high, right? Fabric token, if you're a Solana ecosystem fan, 100+% APY for staking through Fabric or providing liquidity through their Fabric and USDC pool, right? And then playing the numbers. Hopefully it goes up, right? And while you're compounding and adding that interest, you're making some good rewards here. Same thing with Juno, interoperable smart contracts for the Cosmos ecosystem, down 88%, right? Pretty decent staking rewards. From what I remember, I think it's around like 80% or 50%, right? So, these type of cryptos, I like the cryptos that you could be staking, because if you're throwing a little bit of money at it and then you just start staking and you're like, okay, I'm just going to keep compounding the interest until this thing at least maybe doubles in price or gets close to doubling in price, that's when you can start taking, maybe undelegating or prepping to undelegate and then cashing out some of your rewards, right? Taking some profit. That's what it's all about. This was a major bank branch to TD Canada Trust. Time to start getting physical cash out of banks. Rye Guy, I went to cash out of the bank for an upcoming trip and the ATM was out of $20 bills. That's scary. That is scary, man. I was actually thinking of that today. I had to pay rent recently, and how I pay, I have to pay in cash, right? So I always have to, get my money from the ATM. And I was like, dude, what if I didn't get cash today? What if I wasn't allowed to withdraw the funds from my bank account? Like, I'd be screwed, right? My landowner, or maybe I feel like my landowner would be understanding of the situation, but he would also be like, this is a little sketchy, right? Like, he's been able to pay before. Why isn't he able to pay now? And he's using this excuse that his bank won't let him do it, right? I am 45 minutes behind real time. No worries, Jim D. Mr. Connector saying XPR and XPRT, or XRP and XPRT. Yeah, those could be the other X's, perhaps. Both gold and silver down. Good time to get some more. The riggers can't hold it down too long. Dude, great point, Jim D. Let's check out the price of gold right now. Gold, definitely. I mean, I love silver too because it has a good amount of utility with it, no doubt. But man, I love me some gold. Let's check out where gold is right now. Oh, nice. Dude, not a bad dump for gold. Wow. Not a bad dump at all. You're totally right, Jim D. I mean, I like gold's valuation right here at 25% down. Are you kidding me? Oh, man. Down 88% in the last 30 days for gold's price. Whew. You're getting me a little bit bullish on gold right now, man. This looks really good. Look at that chart. That is a severe, severe drop-off. And still higher than the previous low before the run. Jim D, man, you're getting me bullish on gold right here, man. I'm liking it at this price. Very nice, man. Good find. Good suggestion, dude. We like our precious metals here. Yeah, I wanted to take $10,000 out of my account. I'd have to call so they can order it and get the money delivered. Think of the labor of the Fuel Digital is the way we just have to hold on. Here you have to give the bank a heads up if you wish to withdraw a bit more. Yeah. And, Bird Dog, much love to you, man. And, you know how it is, man. I can't wait to just tune in on your stream and, like, talk with you and hang out with you guys and stuff like that. Much love to Bird Dog. I'm not trying to bash on, people's the way they invest and their strategies. I'm just saying for me, I'm not throwing my money in every which direction. I'm just trying to find, like, I'm just going what I think is right. Everybody's going with what they think is right. I'm just trying to go with what I think is right. And once again, I'm not telling people what to do. And I know I speak with passion and stuff, and maybe it comes to, maybe even comes to a point of being defensive and stuff like that. So I just want to apologize for that. But yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. I just hope that all of us can make the promised land with whatever our investments are. Dude, VIDT up to 42 cents now, 130% gains in the past 24 hours. That's outrageous. Dragon Chain making a good move, 20% gains in the past hour here. We're getting a Dragon Chain revival going from 1 penny to 2 pennies. That's already 2x if people were just buying Dragon Chain at that penny range right there. And Dragon Chain's still doing its thing, man. That one's one to keep an eye out for. They claim to be America's crypto. Heavy connections with Disney, heavy connections with Coinbase, super small supply, right? Hopefully this little burst that we're getting in some of these altcoins is a sign of things to come for some of these major cap cryptos, right? Nano had a really nice burst in the past 24 hours as well. But yeah, in the deep red section, we were just going over, Fabric, Rowan, Pocket Network. I really like Pocket Network right here under 10 cents and where it's at. Especially seeing all the connections it's had. I really like, what's coming with Pocket Network there. . Juno, Harmony. digital bits, right? XDB, that could be one of the 4Xs. This is a fork of the Stellar blockchain. Pretty interesting interviews with the CEO and what they're trying to do. Let me see what else. AKT at 23 cents and getting 50 or 40 or 30. I forgot how much the staking rewards are for AKT, but super small supply as well, right? About 153 total supply, 153 million total supply. Looking like it's going sideways, 93% down on the year, right? So they're still building, they're still growing their network, still involved with the Interledger protocol, right? That's what keeps us bullish on AKT. We like those Interledger protocol connections because we know Interledger protocol works best in tandem with ISO 20022. And that's really the root of a ton of our investments, right? Moon me, pump my bags. Exactly, man. I hope everybody, gets a moon bag, or, if you, whether you're into NFTs or, whatever you're investing, I hope everybody sees the promised land. I'm just sharing. I'll slowly convert you over time. I mean, you don't have to convert me in terms of liking making money. Like, I have my passive income streams that I'm how I go about it, but everybody's got their own stuff, man. Everybody's got their own stuff. I definitely believe in making my money work for me. That's for sure. I'm not just like waiting for, flips and just the tradable opportunities. I'm compounding interest. I'm doing, for example, like I was saying earlier with Fabric and Rowan, you got 150 plus APR, and they're both 90% down from their all-time high. So we're just playing the numbers game on this one to try to get a flip. Now, do I have thousands of dollars in on these platforms? Hell no. Hell no. That is, there's some people who do have that money, and that's spending money for them, and they can, throw it away and not care to lose it. I would definitely care to lose $1,000 or so dollars. So, but you know what? Maybe $100 or so, and just keep compounding the interest over time, get my initial investment back, and then just play with the house money from there and just let it keep compounding. And then hopefully we get the numbers to work in our favor where it goes up, right? Why not? Sending money to the wrong address. XPR Proton, I love that wallet. So easy, quick, and free, and it uses your username for your address. That's awesome, Mr. Connector. Oh yeah, I gotta add Proton to the list here. So XPR. All right. There you go. I got to look into that one a little bit more. Picking up a job to pack more bags. Nice, Nicholas M. Hell yeah, man. Yeah, if I wanted to take $10,000 out of my account, I have to call so they can order it and get the money delivered. Think of the labor of the or the fuel. Digital is the way we just got. We just have to hold on. Yep, exactly. Would you trade 0.10 BTC for XRP, Quant, CVC, or suggestions? Or should I just keep it and wait? Ricky Bustamante, once again, I'll never tell you what to do. But what I would do if I had that much and I was, first off, what's the level of your research, right? Do you believe BTC is less superior than XRP, Quant, or CVC, right? And do you believe BTC is going to go lower, right? Maybe it's better to go into USDC, for example, right now, or just make it fiat and then wait for it to go lower. There's a lot of ways that it can go. You guys know I would choose XRP, right? I would just say, yeah, put it in XRP, right? It's been around since 2012. It's the first DEX. It has shown that it can have great volatility with or without the Ripple and SEC case going on, right? We got to see XRP go from 17 cents all the way up to $1.92, and that is with a Ripple versus SEC case happening. We've seen it go from double zeros to $3 in 2018, right? Or 2017, whichever one, right? It was near the end of the year there, right? So XRP, a lot of people think XRP won't do anything until ISO 20022, won't do anything until, Ripple and SEC is settled. right? But it does do things. The market cap does move. The price does fluctuate, right? That was a good 10x, despite dealing with the Ripple at SEC lawsuit, right, for XRP. Obviously, some other cryptos, you know, something like even a Solana, you know, depending on where you got in, it either 100x or 10x for you. If you got in under $10, you know, you got close to about 100x, right? And then if you got in post $10, right, then you got definitely like your 10x worth, right? Or 20x if you kept holding on till the $200 range. Let me see if I can find that video of when we were saying we were cashing out of Solana. It was like last summer. So I'm just going to go to about 12 months ago. I think we were in, let me see where we're at here. Nope, that's 8 months ago. Yeah, that's when we were talking about Sologenic at 10 cents. All right. Okay, I think it's here. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna look through those videos like later, because that's when Solana hit about $205 or $215 or something. What's the ticker? It's not launched yet. It will start on ERC20. It's called SCRO, SCRO. I'll get the website. Let me check it out. I mean, J-Roy Bulldoggins definitely very good at finding these ones that, you know, the sentiment is moving towards, right? I can't find it on Live Coin Watch. Sitting at 500K market cap, that's crazy. But yeah, anyways, so that's our deep red section right there. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in for another DL Talk. Much love to the Blue Crew. Maybe we stream later. But, you know, always good hanging out with y'all and always good sharing info. You know, Blue Crew knows the plan. ISO 20022, Interledger Protocol is the end game. And everything else is just a journey till then. The Wild West of crypto is still going. Plenty of time to be taking advantage of the, you know, the swings and, you know, micro caps, you know, like the micro cap king over here, J-Roy. I've got CERN coin, earn while time traveling. No way. No way, Bird Dog. That's insane. Get the CERN coin. But anyways, guys, much love to all of y'all. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thanks to any new subscribers. We got 22 likes on the stream. That is awesome. Much love to everybody. Always appreciate. Oh, let's check out this website really quick for escrow.finance for J-Roy here. This is so funny looking, but you know, just make sure you get out before other people are getting out ahead of you, right? Get out at the right time if you can. Get those profits in. But anyways, much love to the Blue Crew. Thanks for your support. Always grateful. Thank you, BTC community, XRP community, DLT community, crypto community, Blue Crew, and all the communities out there. The future is distributed ledger technology, and the future is bright. Our future is bright. Thanks, Green Giants. Thanks, Ledger citizens. Keep the eye of the tiger. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.